let's break this weird fucking lick down. We're standard tuning right now, and this key is F sharp minor. A little out of tune, that's okay. It's not really necessary. We're not recording anything special, are we? Just kidding. Okay. The first chord is based off of F sharp minor in a way. It's F sharp, A, C sharp, right? But more like this, okay? So we're going to do this outline with our tapping, or our fingering, I mean. That idea, we're going to use those fingers. I don't know, you could use different fingering patterns. I guess you can go, the white one, you're going to have to use your pinky no matter what, I think. It's got really long fingers like Paul Gilbert or something. The next one, you could do this, or that again. You know, and use your middle finger for the third string, for the G string, I mean. But for me, I don't know, I tend to just use I just jump my index there. So the pattern would be, let's just do that first, because we want to get this left hand down first, or right hand if you're left-handed. And the next chord is C sharp major. C sharp, E double sharp, and G sharp. I'll explain that in another video why it's called double sharp. But okay. That's the shape we're going to use here. So it's going to be, you know, back and forth, you know, basic. But we're going to use some extensions with our right hand, or left hand if you're left-handed. And we're going to create like a different kind of chord, just a little spicier. So the first one's basic enough. We're just going to do, you know, an extension of the notes that we already have in the F sharp minor. So you would expect that in here, something like that, easier way. But I'm doing this next note, you know, in a weird way. It's going to be, we're doing this. Sounds cool already. Sounds. You can practice doing that 2 strings at a time, like I did, because it's fucking hard. The next one, we're gonna go back on the 17th fret. This will be considered a B sharp. So those notes create a kind of weird chord. It acts like an augmented 6th chord. On its own, it sounds kind of like a dominant 7th chord, but it's not, because it has the tendency tones B sharp and a D natural that want to resolve to a C sharp major, as you can hear right there, right? It resolves really beautifully there, and that's why I did that. So it gives a dark color, and I like that. So all right, so slow. Let's do it slow. It's not going to change it because it's still going to be hard. So messed up the order there. So whatever. But the reason why I chose these particular notes is, another reason would be that they're inside the shape here. So that's inside here, and inside this note would be that B sharp. That's why I chose those notes, to kind of give a weird pattern, a weird you know, sequence of notes. So I do the same for the next chord, just keeping that in mind. A natural extension of the, you know, basic chord, basic triad. Well, would be inside of the same one. So let's just do that again. Gives a sort of a, you know, Phrygian sound, which is could be behind that chord. So there's that, and the next chord is the minor 7th to create the. So I guess C sharp dominant flat 9 would be the chord here. So I already messed up. See right there? Very familiar sound. It's pretty easy, just you know, 3 half steps. You could even just go. you want to substitute that, it's easier that way. But you know, let's challenge ourselves and jump around. So let's go again from the whole thing. Let's go. Oh, I can't even play it. And then that one's really hard because the fingering for that I do is, so I guess 1, 3, I guess with the ring, the pinky next, and then with the ring again, but you have to, you know, bring your finger in there. That's what makes this particularly hard. And also that you're not tapping the same frets. We're jumping around a lot. The pattern on the right hand or left hand, if you're left-handed, would be, right? We're going like out, in, so the next chord is the same motion, but just different frets. Instead of on the 17th fret, we're going to change those to 16. Whatever, like that. You get the idea. And yeah, that chord progression sounds something like this, I guess. The last part is just the F sharp minor thing, harmonic minor sounding. Yeah, so you can skip a lot of that. The idea is just want to just resolve the chord progression. So, but keeping the same idea in mind, we tap and then hammer on. Sounds cooler like that. Or you can just go whatever it is. But that's this tasty lick for the week. I don't like tapping. I hate tapping. If I could avoid it, I will. That's usually my guide or my motto. But I need to practice it, as you can tell. It's not my forte, and I'm having trouble with that. So I figured I should start showing more of it and, you know, getting used to doing that more often, because why not? A lot of people request lessons, request that in lessons, so I should do more tapping stuff. But the next one, I'll maybe take a break. So I hope you enjoyed this lick, and you could apply it in many other chord shapes and different sounds. I chose a darker color here, so you could do brighter colors. There's many ways you could do that. Just, you know, darker is half steps usually, and then the brighter sounds are whole steps. So there's different versions in that. So let's change a brighter version of this really quick. I didn't tab it, or maybe I will. Let's do the same shape, but the right hand is going to do something else. It's going to be easier. We're going to keep it on 17th fret, and then the next chord we're going to keep it on the 16th fret tapping. So let's check this out. So right here, keep it on 16. See, it's already a little easier. You know, you're not worrying too much about this hand jumping around. You can focus more on this left hand, or vice versa, if you're, you know, in a left-handed guitarist. But you can have fun with any other chord and chord shapes, and yeah, hope you learned a lot. Shred on.